Hello, my great friends. You're welcome to the program Arise and Shine. Today, we are going to discuss part 7 of our great art, which is captioned Establishment of the Commission for Persons with Disability. Don't forget to like this channel, subscribe to it, turn on your notification bell, share that other people might see it. Thank you once again for tuning in. For some time now, we have been looking at some of the sections of this great art. And we started with part 1, which is captioned Prohibition of Discrimination and Awareness Program. We also talk about accessibility of physical structures as stated in part 2. Part 3, we discuss road transportation. Part 4, we talked about seaport, railway and airport facilities. While in part 5, we discuss liberty, right to education, health and first consideration in queues, accommodation and in emergencies. You also remember that we discussed part 6, which talks about opportunity for employment and participation in politics and public life. We started from part 1 and we are now in part 7. It's been a wonderful experience. I know you have been enjoying yourself. I want you to drop your comment as to what you feel on all our discussions. Drop your comment at the comment box. You can as well call me on that number scrolling on the screen. Let's talk together. Let's discuss. Let's feel your pulse so that we know how this our program is impacting on the society. So let's look at the contents of part 7. Part 7, section 31, subsection 1 says that there is established the Commission for Persons with Disabilities. In this act shall be known as the Commission and is to be placed under the presidency. In subsection 2, it says that the Commission is a body corporate with a perpetual succession and a common seal. It goes ahead to say that the Commission may be sued and it can sue in its corporate name. It goes on to say that the Commission may acquire and hold or dispose property, movable or immovable. Now, when you go to subsection 3, it says the head office of the Commission shall be established at our Federal Capital Territory, which is Abuja. Then section 32 says that there is established a governing council for the Commission. In this act, it referred to as the council, which shall conduct the affairs of the Commission. And the council shall comprise a part-time chairman, which must be a person with disability, and person with disability representing each geopolitical zone of our nation. And there shall be representatives of the following ministry. 1. The Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Sports, Women Affairs, Ministry of Housing, Transport, Environment, Labour and Productivity, Justice, and the Ministry of Finance. All these will make up the governing council. This is to ensure that every part of life is being represented in that place to ensure smooth running of the Commission, and that's very, very awesome. When you go to D, part of section 32, subsection 2, it says that a representative each from the National Human Rights Commission and the National Planning Commission shall be in that governing council. And it goes ahead to say in subsection 3 that the chairman and all other persons with disability that will be representing the 6 geopolitical zone shall be appointed by the president subject to confirmation of the Senate. The act also provides and stipulates the powers of the commission and the duties of the commission. In section 37, it states that the council shall have powers to manage and superintend over the affairs of the commission. B. Make rules and regulations for the effective running of the commission. C. Employ the staff of the commission on such remuneration or allowances as payable to persons in similar organizations in the country. D. Enter into such contract as may be necessary or expedient for the discharge of its functions and ensure efficient performance of the functioning of the commission. And E. Receive, disburse and account for the fund of the commission. In section 38 subsection 1, it states the functions of the commission as follows. A. To formulate and implement policies and guidelines as appropriate for the education and social development of persons with disabilities. B. To prepare schemes designed to promote social welfare of persons with disabilities and the estimate of cost of implementing such schemes. C. To promote and uplift the general well-being of persons with disabilities by encouraging the public to change their attitude towards persons with disabilities. D. To make available not less than 5% of the workforce to qualified persons with disabilities. E. To enlighten the public and encourage persons with disabilities. F. To collect data and records on special education of persons with disabilities, which shall be a regular exercise, so that the persons with disabilities are identified and enumerated for planning and treatment. G. To ensure that all facilities in each community all over the nation shall be built or modified where and when feasible to accommodate the special needs of persons with disabilities. H. To ensure the monitoring, evaluation and realization of government policy objectives of persons with disabilities. I. To facilitate the procurement of scholarship for persons with disabilities. J. Establish and promote inclusive schools, vocational and rehabilitation centers for the development of persons with disabilities. K. Liaise with the public and private sectors and other bodies to ensure that the peculiar interests of persons with disabilities are taken into consideration in every government policy, program and activity. L. Issue insignia of identification to persons with disabilities. M. In collaboration with other relevant government agencies and professional bodies in the building industry, ensure compliance of public building code and impose necessary sanctions and make appropriate orders. N. receive complaints of persons with disability on the violation of their rights. O. Support an individual's right to seek redress in court, investigate, prosecute, or sanctioning in appropriate cases the violation of the provision of this act. P. Ensure research, development, and education on disability issues and disabled persons. Collaborate with the media to make information available in accessible format for persons with disabilities. R. Procure assistive devices for all disability types. S. To formulate and implement policies and guidelines as appropriate to support education of children of indigent persons with disabilities. T. To formulate policies and guidelines to support spouses of deceased persons with disabilities. Section 9, subsection 1. The commission shall have power to do any lawful thing which will facilitate carrying out of its functioning, and in particular may A. Enter into contract for the education and welfare of persons with disabilities. B. Purchase or acquire any asset, business, or property considered necessary for the proper conduct of its functions. C. Sell, let, lease, or dispose of any of its property. D. Undertake or sponsor research where necessary for the performance of its functions. And E. Train managerial, technical, or other category of staff for the purpose of running the affairs of the commission. Subsection 2 states that the power conferred on the commission may be exercised by it or through any of its employees or agents authorized in that behalf by the commission. And finally, in subsection 3, say the commission shall not be subject to a direction, control, or supervision by any other authority or person in the performance of its functions under this act except the president. Wow. Each time I finish reading through the provisions of this our great act, I feel very happy and relieved. Why? Because I believe that this act was well fashioned to suit our purpose. Our president have done very well. Not only has he signed the bill into being an act, but he went ahead to establish the commission run by disabled persons themselves. And I know that the persons that were appointed by the president to run the affairs of this commission are men and women of great integrity. People we know that can deliver. We are praying that they will not disappoint us, so that at the end, we have every cause to be happy and proud of our own. All I wanted to do is to be guided by the provision of this act. They should walk in line with the act, not allowing anything to deviate them from doing what is right all the time. The act is clear, the provisions are good, and we are looking forward to having a better society. A society that will be conducive, inclusive, and sustainable. I believe in the commission, and I know that all of us do. Another thing I want them to know is that they must make sure that every cluster of the disability community is carried along. That is the only way to ensure unity among ourselves. No discrimination in our midst, whether you are visually impaired, hearing or speech impaired, spinal cord injured, physically challenged, mentally retarded, ex-leper, name it. We have 6 clusters in our great association, the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities. We have 6 clusters, and we also have other clusters that are not part of JONAP, like the Albinism Foundation and so on. Everybody must be carried along so that there will be peace, and we shall move forward and march to greater heights. So we must learn to tolerate each other. We must learn to give our shoulders to our brothers to lean on. That's the only way the disability community will move to the next level. I want to appeal to our excellencies, our governors who are yet to adopt this art in their states. So please do that. They should help us with that art. Let it be law in our states so that we have a legal framework to work with. We deserve better things, and we know we are going to get there. But we need you people by our side. We just read through the powers and duties of the commission. They are very awesome, and we have seen that they have the power to make laws and formulate policies that will bring life up to the barest minimum, make it a bit suitable for us, no matter how far. I know you can never eradicate problem in life, but you can reduce this to the barest minimum, and this is what we are looking forward to. In the shortest time, we know we can achieve that. Determination is what matters. Focus is another thing. The ball is rolling. We are watching, and we believe that the result will be awesome. Our governors must help us with adoption and domestication of that art. Make it a law in every state to start running with the implementation commission run by the same person themselves. Yes, you people have done great things in our lives in the past and present. This will not be different. There's no big deal in adopting the art. It's like any other law. Adopt it and let it run. Let's see how we make it work. We believe that with God on our side, the sky cannot limit us. Thank you once again for stopping by my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any edition. Like it and then share so that other people will see. Without you, this program will make no sense. But with you, we will hit the sky. Remember that there is nothing about us without us. Till we meet again, remain blessed and remain in the presence of the Most High God. Bye-bye.